Good morning, boys and girls. I hope you are well and that you've been able to get some rest and do some fun activities at home, probably with your siblings or just by yourself. I'm teacher Sherry, and today we will be learning about Joshua chapter 1, verse 1 to 9. In this story, God calls Joshua to lead his people into the promised land. So he actually tells Joshua to take over Moses' job after Moses had passed on. In the scripture, God tells Joshua that he will make sure that Joshua is directed, that his needs are met, and his God's people, that he will also protect them and he will keep them safe. So in the scripture, God tells Joshua that he should meditate on the commandments that he gave Moses, the 10 Commandments, and he should obey them. Now, why do you think God tells this to Joshua? God knows that it is very important for a leader to lead by example. Now, what does this mean? Well, boys and girls, let's think of an example. If one of you is a class captain at school, or even in one of the sports that you played, I'm sure you know that your teacher or your sports coach would have given you instructions on maybe to, if you are a captain in your sports team, to maybe warm up the other people that you play with in your team, to maybe do some stretches or maybe even to clean up the field once you are done playing a game, or the court if you're playing netball or something. Now, if you yourself do not follow the rules that you give your teammates to warm up, to clean after yourself and clean after the fields that you've used, will you look like a good leader, a good sports captain? No, because a leader leads by example. And God knew that in order for Joshua to lead his people well, Joshua himself would have to obey God. He would have to listen to what God is telling him to do. Otherwise, if Joshua disobeyed God, even God's people would disobey him. They wouldn't want to listen to what Joshua has to say, you know? So boys and girls, what do you think are some of the things that might stop us from doing what God has called us to do? I think it might be because we might be scared. We might think that we don't have what it takes to do what God has called us to do. Maybe we might even be frightened about what others might think of us. Maybe our friends might tease us, laugh at us. Maybe our brothers and sisters might also mock us. Maybe they will think that we are just trying to be goody two shoes, and we might get a lot of bad comments from some people. I think we might also be quite worried about how it will get done. Maybe we feel like we don't have enough time to do the task that God has asked us to do. There are quite a bit of things that might stop us. But I think regardless of whatever it is, boys and girls, we can really trust in what God tells us to do. That He's not asking us to do it by ourselves. He's not expecting us to depend on our own abilities and talents. He's actually just asking us to be willing to be guided by Him, to trust what He's telling us to do, and to go ahead with it. Another question that I have for you today is, what do you think God is calling you to do? God might not be calling us to lead 1,000 people into another country or city. He might just be asking us to maybe be the first ones to help out with chores at home, or um, to maybe call up a friend, ask them how they are, and maybe even offer our help to them in teaching them a subject that they struggle with, whether it's English, maths, or Afrikaans. I think sometimes we don't realize how important these small tasks are, maybe because they don't sound as big as what God asked Joshua to do. But these small tasks that God gives us to will really help the people that He's asking us to help in ways that we can't even imagine, boys and girls. That friend that might be struggling with the subject might never be able to really pass the subject well, or to get a good grade without your help, without someone's help. And they might not know who to ask for help. So yeah, I really hope that you all have been able to learn something today and are willing to just be obedient to what God is telling you to do. Just listen to what He's saying. Yeah, I really hope that you all have a lovely week ahead of you, and that you are able to see how you can be a leader in your homes and in your friend groups. And all you have to do is allow God to use you. Goodbye, everyone.
Hi, it's Tuma. I'm going to be doing arts and crafts based on the theme Strength and Courage.
Good morning, everyone. It's so great to be back here with you. Let's jump into our Joshua song.
Do not swerve from it to the right or the left, so that you may be successful in all you do. Joshua 1:6-8. Be very strong, be very brave, 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 be very strong.
Bye, guys.
Hello children, and welcome to our memory verse for today. Joshua 1 verse 9. Have I not commanded you? Be strong and courageous. Do not be frightened, and do not be dismayed, for the Lord your God is with you wherever you go. So we're going to do that again, and this time you repeat after me. Joshua 1 verse 9. Have I not commanded you? Be strong and courageous. Do not be frightened, and do not be dismayed. For the Lord your God is with you wherever you go. Wonderful, children. Now we're going to say it together one more time. Joshua 1 verse 9. Have I not commanded you? Be strong and courageous. Do not be frightened, and do not be dismayed. For the Lord your God is with you wherever you go. Wonderful. Now repeat the verse a few times, then ask Mum, Dad, brother or sister to test you. And know that this is such a wonderful and powerful verse that just reminds us that God is always with us. Whenever we feel that we can't do something, He will give us the strength that we need. So boys and girls, be strong and courageous. Do not be frightened, and do not be dismayed. For the Lord your God is with you wherever you go.